Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of factoring trinomials. This is standard A.10E in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 29 of the 2019 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we need to find an expression that is equivalent to this trinomial, tri meaning 3. So we get 3 terms here in this polynomial. We've got our form that we're looking for, ax squared plus bx plus c. This helps us because we need to capture the values of a, b, and c. So here's my a. It's going to be that leading coefficient. So a equals 24. And I've got my b. It is going to be a negative. The fact that it's negative is important, so we're going to capture that. And then my c is just going to be a constant at the end, equals 5. All right, so we're going to use the diamond method. It's not the only way to do this, but it's a highly effective algorithm. What we do at the top is we take our a, multiply it by our c. Okay, so our a is 24, c is 5. Multiply those together, we get 120. For our bottom, we simply write the b term. It's negative 22. Over on our left, we're going to write ax, and then over our factor. And then same thing over here on the right, ax over our factor. What that means is we're going to take our leading coefficient 24 over x. We're looking for a factor for both sides. Because what we want is we want the two factors of 120 that multiply to 120 and add to negative 22. So we're going to take our 120, and let's just think about this. If we wanted to add to negative 22, that means at least one of the factors is going to have to be negative, right, to get us an answer less than 0. But if we want them to multiply to negative 120, to positive 120, that means that both of my factors are going to have to be negative, right? Because if I did negative 1 times 120, that would give me a negative 120. So I'm going to need both of my factors to be negative, right? So I'm looking to see which of these combinations will multiply to 120 and then add to negative 22. Okay, so if I were to do negative 2 and negative 60, still way too big. But negative 3, negative 40, getting close. Negative 4, negative 30. Okay, that's a little bit closer. Let me see, what if I get negative 5? And obviously 24, that's what we started with here. Getting closer, but that's still going to be negative 29. I've got negative 6 and negative 20. That's negative 26. I need negative 22. What if I did negative 8 and, let's see, 8 and 15? Well, that's going to give me 23. That's really, really close. What about negative 10 and negative 12? There we go. Look at that. Negative 10 plus negative 12 is going to give me negative 22. That's what I'm looking for. So negative 10 times negative 12 gets me 120. Check. Negative 10 plus negative 12 gets me negative 22. Check. So what I do is I write each of these as my denominators, and I'm going to simplify if possible. So I can divide both of those by 2's, right, and that's going to be 12x over negative 5, and I write that as one of my coefficients. That's my binomials. I can divide both those by 12, right, and that's going to be 2x over negative 1, 2x minus 1, and if we want, we can factor that out, right, so that's going to be 24x squared, that's going to be minus 12x, that's going to be plus 10x, that's going to be plus 5, right? And that's actually going to be a negative 10x. So there we go. That's going to be my negative 22x, which is what I'm looking for. So our answer here is going to be C.